Right now, what we want to do is do just a little cursory description of some of the items that are attached to casques that are hidden right now that we'll have some future Clueboards coming up for. I'm not going to go into great detail or in-depth detail about each item like I did for the Maloney pot that we had for the first Clueboard. Just want to give you a brief explanation of each one so that you all know what's coming up and can get excited about those as well. So to start, this is a beautiful 1930s Etruscan Revival Peruzzi, which is a company out of Florence, Italy. Peruzzi 800 coin silver, turquoise cabochon rose bracelet. Really nice piece. This is another great piece of pottery that I'm actually sad to see this one go as well, but like I said earlier, I can't keep it all. This is a piece of Bill Clark pottery. Bill Clark is a potter right now that's being represented at the Orr O'Keefe Museum in Biloxi, Mississippi, which you've never been there. Great museum, highly recommend going to it. He is a very sought after pottery artist, and this is an earlier piece of his. Most of the pieces he's doing right now are homages to Orr pottery. And if you did not know that that was not actually a piece of George Orr, you would think that it was. Great potter and a really nice, good sized piece of his there. This is a really nice set of 6 lithic stone points. They're Paleolithic and Neolithic time periods. It's a nice little set to either start a collection or add to a collection made out of obsidian. And again, all of these I'll go into greater detail about in their particular video for their Clueboard. This here is a 1920s or early 1930s Reinhold Polinsky etching. It is hand signed in pencil, as well as having hand written in pencil the title, which is Gauls at Monterey. Reinhold Polinsky, or also sometimes referred to as R.H. Polinsky, he was well known for doing etchings and engravings of some of the great horse race legends. He did a lot of the horses that won the Kentucky Derby, Triple Crown winners, and so on. He also was very well known for doing landscapes, seascapes, and other animals as well, which is just a great example of one of those type pieces. Sold many of these over the years, very well sought after artist, and a great piece for any collection or for decorating any home. This is a nice little set of Victorian cameo, hand-carved bone cameos. It is a pendant, a matching pendant and earring set. They're all laid in 14 karat yellow gold. This is on the original chain and still has the original natural pearl attached to it. They're all 14 karat, both the matching earrings and the pendant and the chain. This would have been made in the later part of the 19th century, which would have been right in about the middle of the Victorian era, right, the last quarter of the 19th century. These are late 17th, early 18th century Qing Dynasty Chinese little plates. They were made during the time period of the 4th emperor of the Qing Dynasty, the Kangxi Emperor. He reigned until 1722, and this would have made, these would have made probably in the last half of his reign. So you're looking at, like I said, the end of the 17th, beginning of the 18th century. So you're looking at plates that are right at about 300 years old or more. Nice little pieces to start a collection with, or add to any Asian antiquity or Chinese porcelain collection. We have here a set of 45 antique stereo view photographs and an antique stereo photo viewer. In this set of 45 photographs, these date 1880s, 1890s. I think the newest one is a couple of Spanish-American war photographs in here that date 1901, but the vast majority are the late 1880s into the 1890s. It includes some of the great photographers of the time: George Barker, William H. Rao, C.W. Woodward, J.F. Jarvis, and so on. Nice little set. It has photographs from all over the country, all over the world, and some Spanish-American War photographs, as well as some, the early humor pieces that they use for stereographs as well, or stereo views as well. This right here is a nice little World War II set of Navy time print plates. A little hard to see. I might not be able to make them out here in the video. I'll make sure in their specific video for the Clueboard, I put nice detailed pictures of each one of them. But what is on the 3 of these is there are 3 Navy pilots that were featured in the Navy Times, and I believe it was 1942, if I remember correctly, during World War II. They were unfortunately KIA, killed in action, so there were 3 Navy pilots who were shot down. The print plates from World War II are not easy to come by. Metal was so scarce back then that they melted these back down or usually reused them. So to find any of the print plates from World War II is not something you find a lot of. They're out there, but to find ones that have this kind of historical significance is, definitely a notch above. These have the names of the gentlemen on the back of them, as well as the dates they were shot down for 2 of them, and I believe the other one just has the initials and the date. This right here is a great example of an Art Nouveau bronze candlestick. It is of Greek design, a little Greek boy holding basically like a water fountain with the original teardrops, crystal teardrops. This right here is a 19th century Anglo-Indian hand-carved wood box with inlaid hand-carved bone and semi-precious stone. This is another Anglo-Indian set. It is a set of hand-hammered copper and hand-stippled copper fruit bowl and chamber sticks for candlesticks holders. This was made about in the 1890s. The fruit bowl was. These were made a little bit later, about 1920s or 30s. They're from 2 different time periods, but the motifs are matching, so thought I'd make a nice little matching set to give out instead of just doing this by itself. Great piece. Anglo-Indian pieces are becoming more and more sought after as the Indian market and economy is growing, similar to what was going on with Chinese antiquities and art over the past 20 years, which has now leveled off a little bit. But Anglo-Indian pieces are gaining speed and price and value and are being more and more sought after. Last but not least is this. It's a really nice example of a well-known Massachusetts artist. Her name was Lizzie Edna Martin. She was a watercolor artist who was known for doing a lot of the Massachusetts shoreline and beach scenes. This one dates 1918 and is dated and signed by her, L. Edna Martin. It is a watercolor of, it said the Massachusetts beach and some of the dunes there. I've sold quite a few hers over the years as well. I'm also a pretty well sought after artist, and she does really nice watercolors. I'm trying to do as many different categories as we possibly can so that we can cater to and entice as many different collectors and new people into it, to collecting antiques and antiquities and art and into this treasure hunt. So we'll be adding in the future, definitely going to have vintage and antique toys. In particular, we're going to have glass marbles for all you marbleheads out there. We'll have more types of pottery for you pottery heads. I can't say the actual name we call ourselves. Don't want to get demonetized already by YouTube. But I think you can figure out what that name actually normally is. Going to have some pop culture items and more military items. But we want to try, like I said, is hit as many different categories as possible. So in the comments, put some of the categories you'd like to see items for the treasure hunt, and we will definitely try to accommodate for all of them. The more people who are interested in this, the more people who subscribe and get involved in it, we definitely will start putting bigger and better items as we see more interest in it. Thanks for watching our channel. Be sure to check out all our videos. You won't want to miss the ones about our nationwide treasure hunt. Solve the clues, be the first one to the treasure cask, you can score some unique and valuable items for yourself. Again, thanks for watching.